Welcome to Bio class 10. We are discussing hormone in animals, and today is the remaining part of it. Here in these, if we discuss about the growth of plant and animal, we know that the growth is there in the both in plant and animal, and certain hormone is responsible for that. In case of plant, we know that the plant hormone, it is very important for the growth. In case of animal also, the growth hormone is there, but the nature of the growth is different, that we have to understand here. In case of plant, it is in any direction it can maintain depending on the light or gravity. If light will more, suppose here is plant, if the plant will get more light, then here the growth will be more. So this is the light here, and here the less, another side less light, so light will be less. But in case of animal, it is controlled. Suppose here one animal it is there, so here growth will be in uniform, in the all the direction, and it will be controlled. It will be not that the one leg is this and another leg is big. So it is not at all possible. So just to understand this part. Next endocrine gland, the largest endocrine gland in our body, that is the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is very big in size, 40 gram it is found in female. In male it is a little bit smaller, 25 gram. It is found in the neck region. You can see here the bigger view, this is the pink color, this one is thyroid gland. Okay, so thyroid gland, it plays very important role in our body. So one thing that you have to understand, that thyroid gland, you know that the thyroid gland will secrete some hormone like thyroxine. This thyroxine, it plays a very important role in metabolism, in growth, in the reproduction, metamorphosis, various parts. But one thing you have to keep in mind, the thyroid gland directly, it will not produce thyroxine. What thyroid gland will produce? Thyroid gland will produce thyronine. You can see here this structure, very complicated. Thyronine. How thyronine it converts into thyroxine, that you have to understand. You know that every day we are taking iodized salt. Why we are taking iodized salt? It is because of the iodine. Iodine is very important to form thyroxine. Look at here, this iodine, if it is saturates the part, if it is three parts, if it is saturates, then we can say it is T3. If it saturates the thyronine in all four parts, okay, all four parts, so it will be T4. T4 means thyroxine. So thyroxine, it helps in our body in various function. Always remember that thyroxine will not secrete from thyroid gland directly. When we are eating any iodized food material, just like seafood, sea fish, cod liver oil, all this, and all these things, if it is not available, then iodized salt at least when we are taking in diet, then this iodine, it converts this thyronine into thyroxine or T3. So these two are very important, that you have to understand. If thyroid balance is thyroxine regulation, it is it is not sufficient, deficient it is in diet, and if we are not taking for the long time, then the goiter, the disease, this is goiter will occur, which is neck region will swells up. Okay, so that is about thyroid gland. Next is pituitary gland. Pituitary will control others gland, but pituitary also secretes one hormone, which is growth hormone or somatotropic hormone. This growth hormone, it is for the growth of a person. Pituitary gland is situated in the brain, and from that, this growth hormone, it goes every cell in our body. You can see that in childhood and adolescence, if growth hormone is more, so that the person becomes gigantic, becomes 8 feet tall. And on the other hand, if it will not secretes more in the childhood, it converts into a dwarfism, that is about 3 feet height. Testes and ovary both are plays an endocrine gland. You know that testes and ovary, these two will secretes that gametes, the sperm and ovum. Other than they also secretes the hormone. Look at here, in ovary secretes there are two hormones, estrogen and progesterone, and here in your book about the estrogen it is there, and in male that is the only hormone, that is testosterone. It plays some important role in secondary sexual character that you already know in class 8. It is detailed, it is discussed. Here there are some that you can check: the body hair, the voice break, the muscle growth, all these things. Here the breast, the pubic hair, the wide hips, menstruation, all this it is organized by the estrogen, and the testosterone in male. Next is pancreas. Pancreas also plays the dual role here. We already know that the pancreas secretes the digestive enzymes, and here as well as some hormones like insulin. You can see that the cells Isles of Langerhans, the beta cell will secrete the insulin. What is the function of the insulin? Insulin can control the glucose, amount of the glucose inside the blood, so that the blood can maintain its all the functioning. But you know that when we are taking the sugar, that route is indiscriminate, means we are not measuring that how much you should eat it. Suppose in any day you ate a huge number of sweets, so that your blood glucose level, it's gone up to 600 milligram, and it should be 120 milligram, that is the normal rate. 120 milligram, but now it has 600 milligram. Now insulin will work on that. So insulin, it converts this glucose, and it keeps inside the skeletal muscle. It can be liver, it can be any other part. So gradually that glucose level will reduce. You know that the one disease that you know, that diabetes, those who are the diabetic patient, they cannot regulate that because insulin is not there in their body. So if they will take huge amount of sugar, then sugar will remain inside the blood. It will not drain into the liver or the muscle. So blood becomes viscous, and it cannot reach to the different areas of the fine capillaries. So it creates the problem inside our body. Okay, so if it is not regulated in any cases, so we know that the patient is suffering, that is the diabetes. Now, next part that you have to understand, feedback mechanism. Feedback is a very common mechanism in biology, and here one example it is given in your book that we have to understand. So here is one controlled mechanism, the how it can be regulated. Now look at here. Here the first is stimulus. So first glucose, that when we are eating something sweet thing or some glucose containing things, then pancreatic cell will detect that. This sugar is detected by the pancreas, and on that quantity that insulin will be released. So what insulin will do, insulin drain it inside the liver, and some also tissues also takes the glucose, send it to the cell, and then the normal level is maintained inside the blood. So and this information again goes to the pancreas, and so that it can stop the production of the insulin. All right. So insulin can produce only when the sugar, extra sugar is there inside the body, and when it is controlled, then it's switched off. So here is a switch on and switch off system is there. This is called the feedback mechanism. Feedback, they're getting the feedback, and after that they are controlling that. That is the end of this chapter. Next I will discuss few questions and I'll give you the question. Please read all this part nicely. Okay, thank you.